Hey everyone, today we're going to be doing a 30-minute yoga flow. We're going to be focused on some balancing movements and also a couple of twists. You're just going to need a yoga mat, maybe a couple of yoga blocks if you need that extra stretch or that extra reach. And we're going to get started right at the front of our mat. So we're going to be starting in mountain pose today. Close your eyes. Bring your palms facing forward, spread those fingers wide, spread those toes, really reach your toes down into the ground. Tighten those glutes. And just take a couple of seconds here. Take a couple of deep inhales and exhales. Take inventory and scan your body today. Check in with yourself. Perhaps there's a couple of knots or tensions that you want to work on. And we'll start with just a couple of sun salutations to warm up the body. So we're going to start with a big inhale here. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Bring your palms together and exhale. Swan dive all the way down to the ground into a forward fold. Here you can bend your knees if you find that your upper back is curving. Then take an inhale halfway up. You can support yourself on your thighs and exhale all the way down. Bring your belly button in towards your spine to create a little bit of extra space. And then on your next exhale, we're going to bring our right leg back. Drop that right knee. Inhale up. And then exhale, we're going to go into half monkey. Stretch out that front leg. Support yourself with your hands on the mat. Take an inhale here, extend that spine, and then an exhale, you can bend down slightly at the hips. One more time, exhale down. And then on our next inhale, we're gonna roll our front foot forward, bring our palms to the ground about shoulder width apart, and then bring our left leg back into plank. Take a deep inhale here. Make sure you're pushing away from the ground, rounding up that upper back and opening those shoulder blades. And then exhale, we're going to chaturanga down to the ground. Keep those elbows tight to your body. And then inhale up. A couple of options here. You can go into upward dog, cobra, or baby cobra. Really listen to your body and take... Oh, look. Oh, a lot of wind. At how your lower back is feeling to adjust. Now exhale, lift those hips up towards the sky into your first downward dog. And here you can pedal out your legs a little bit. Stretch those calves. Get those joints warmed up. On your next inhale, look up and then bring your right foot between your two hands and drop that left knee. Inhale up. And then exhale, stretch that leg into your half monkey. Inhale, lift your head and exhale down. One more time. Inhale, straighten that spine. Exhale down. Great. Roll that feet back forward, and then we're going to bring our left foot to join our right foot in our forward fold. Take an inhale halfway up and exhale back down. Inhale, reverse that swan dive, reach up towards the sky, clasp your hands together, and then we're going to exhale and move and bend our body to the left, really stretching those laterals. Inhale back up and exhale to the right. One more time. To the left. Inhale up and exhale to the right. Back to center. Exhale, swan dive down, and we're going to go ahead and do our sun salutation on the opposite side. So inhale halfway. Exhale down. Here we're going to bring our right foot back. Drop that knee. Take an inhale in our low lunge, and then exhale. Extend that right leg into your half monkey or half splits. Take an inhale here, straighten that spine, and then exhale, bend at the hip. One more time. And exhale, bring that belly button towards your spine. Create a little extra space, and then come back to the front. Place those two hands under your shoulders and bring that right foot back into plank. Make sure you're pushing away from the ground and exhale down into chaturanga. Keep those elbows tight and inhale up. And exhale here. Lift those hips into your downward dog. You can pedal out the feet if you'd like, or just stay static and try to push those shoulders closer to the ground, straightening your spine from fingertips all the way to your tailbone. On your next inhale, look up and bring your left foot forward between your two hands. Drop that right knee in a low lunge. Inhale, look up, and then exhale. We're going to go into our half monkey. Inhale and exhale down. One more time. Exhale down. How great. And we're going to roll our foot back forward, and we're going to bring our right foot to join our left in this forward fold. Inhale halfway up. And exhale back down. Inhale, reverse that swan dive. Reach up towards the sky, clasp your hands, and exhale, bend to the left. Inhale up, and bend to the right. One more time. Bend to the left. Inhale, bend to the right. Come back to center, take a really nice inhale here. You can separate the hands. And then exhale, we're going to do a gentle little back bend. And then come back, hands to prayer. You can bring your hands next to your hips, palms forward in mountain pose. Just to feel a little bit the difference compared to about 5 minutes ago. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, take an inhale, raise your arms up towards the sky, and exhale. We're going to sit down into chair pose. Take an inhale, stretch those arms up, extend that spine, and exhale, sit down a little deeper. One more time. Inhale, stretch, and exhale a little deeper. One last time. Inhale. This time, exhale, bring your right leg backwards into a high lunge. And then exhale, we're going to open up into warrior two. So pivot that back foot so it's perpendicular to your front one. Palms up towards the sky. Make sure your shoulders are rolled backwards. Make sure your tailbone is tucked in so you're not sticking your bum out. Tuck that tailbone in, straighten that lower spine. And then inhale into your reverse warrior. Your left arm reaches to the sky. Really try to breathe and extend your body. And then exhale, pivot into your side angle. And here you can support yourself on your knee with your elbow. But if you do this, make sure you're pushing away from your knee so you're clearing the space between your shoulder and your ear. And you can lift your right arm up. Here you can also, if you have access, drop down to your left hand. If you have a yoga block, you can definitely use that to reach a little bit further. If you're reaching down to the ground, make sure your chest is still nice and open. And then here we're going to cartwheel both hands down to the ground. We're going to bring our left foot out a little bit into lizard and drop that right knee down. And then we're going to roll on the outside edge of our left foot to open up those hips. And here you have the choice. You can stay up here. You can go down on your forearms. Listen to your body and see what level feels good for you. Roll that foot back, and you can walk your foot back in. Take an inhale here in your low lunge, and then exhale into your half monkey. And back to the front. We're going to bring our right foot back to join our left, and then we're going to inhale back into chair. So here, take an inhale, stretch that spine. Exhale down one more time. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale one last time, and this time exhale, bring that right foot back into your high lunge. And then exhale here, we're going to open up into warrior two. Take a deep breath, go into that reverse warrior. So reach your right hand up towards the sky. Your back hand is there just to help with balance. You're not putting any pressure whatsoever on that back leg. Your front leg stays 90-degree angle. And then on the exhale, we're going to pivot into our side angle. So here's the same thing. You can push away from the mat with your elbow into your knee to clear that space between your shoulder and your ear. And then bring that left arm up. And if you want, you can go ahead and reach down towards the ground. If you do, make sure that chest stays lifted. You don't want to collapse your upper body. And then here, cartwheels your hands down. Move that right foot outwards. So your hands are right below your shoulders. Your foot is right next to your right hand. You can drop that back knee and then roll on the outside edge of your right foot. And same thing here in lizard, you can stay up, propped on your hands. You can always go down on your elbows. Make sure to look straight ahead, don't look down. You want to make sure you're keeping a straight spine. And roll that foot back. Now we're going to bring our right foot back into plank. And then we're going to take an inhale here. Make sure you're pushing the ground away. And then exhale, we're going to roll on the outside edge of our left foot into a side plank. And here you can look towards the ground. You can look in front of you. I like to look straight down. Reach that right arm up towards the sky. Take a deep inhale, push those hips up. And then exhale, bring your hand back down into plank. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale, roll onto the side and edge of your right foot. Same thing. Push away from the ground, lift those hips. Reach towards the sky with your left hand. And exhale, back. Take an inhale here in your plank. And then exhale, we're going to go into downward dog. Now slowly we're going to walk our feet one foot at a time to the front of our mat in our forward fold. And very gently, we will unroll one vertebrae at a time, kind of like stacking Lego blocks, all the way up. Tighten those glutes as you come up, tighten those abs as you come up. Unroll those shoulders back to open up your chest. And we will move into our balancing sequence. So I'm going to come facing you guys, but you can stay at the front of your mat. So here we're going to shift all of our weight into our right leg. And then we're going to bring our left foot up and just bring it inside of our right thigh into our tree pose. Take a second to straighten your spine and tuck in that tailbone. You can bring your hands to prayer. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit today, you can lift your arms up and look up towards the sky. And once you're in a comfortable balancing spot, you want to try to bring your knee outwards to really open up those hips and really straighten that spine. Oh, my tree's a little windy today. Take a deep inhale here. We're going to stretch up. And then on the exhale, we're going to release our foot from our inner thigh, bring our knee forward, and then we're going to pivot the body so our arms are coming forward down and our leg is kicking back. So we create a nice T pose in our warrior 3. Hold here for another 2 breaths. And then exhale, slowly drop that back leg into your high lunge. I'm going to come back to the mat. And then here, exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Bring your right foot back. We're going to pass through that vinyasa. Exhale down in chaturanga, and then inhale up. And exhale here in your downward dog. And same thing, we're going to walk to the front of the mat. Take a second here. Slowly unfurl your spine 1 vertebrae at a time. And once you're at the top, unroll those shoulders. And we're going to shift our weight to the left foot. So here we're going to take our right foot, tuck it in. Now if you can't reach as high as me, that's really okay. You can even just leave your toe to support you if you'd like. You can go onto your calf. Just make sure you're not pressing on your knee. So either above or below the knee. So get into that tree pose. Find that balancing point. Maybe stare out a couple of feet ahead of you. Once you're comfortable, bring your hands to prayer. Try to push that knee outwards to straighten your body. And then if you'd like, you can lift your arms up towards the sky. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. And just keep it steady. On your next inhale, you're going to reach up and really stretch your spine as high and long as you can. And then we're going to bring our knee back to center. And then exhale, slowly pivot the body to create a T in our warrior 3. You're going to kick back that right foot towards the back and reach forward with your arms. Hold here for 2 to 3 breaths. Keep that left leg steady. And then gently bring that right foot back into your high lunge. And exhale here, bring both hands back to ground. Bring your left foot back into your plank. Exhale down to chaturanga. And here we're going to lay down on the ground. Arms in T or cactus. We're going to go and stretch our shoulders. If your shoulders or your chest, is very tight, then I would suggest that you go into T, but if you want a deeper stretch, by all means, go ahead and do a cactus pose with your arms. So we're going to lie down with our left ear on the ground. And here we're going to take our right hand and bring it to right below our shoulder, just to give ourselves a little bit of a support. We're going to bend that right knee. Take a deep inhale here, and on exhale, we're going to push the ground away with our right hand and roll back. So our right foot's going to drop behind us. If you're able to reach the ground behind you, try to get that foot flat. And then you can try to open up that knee towards the sky to open up your hips. But one thing at a time. And we're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Oh, that shoulder is tight. And roll back. So now we're going to switch sides. Lay your right arm down, whether in a cactus or in a T shape. And then pivot over so that your right ear is on the ground. Bring your left hand next to your left shoulder for support. Bend that left knee. Take a deep inhale and exhale. You're going to push the ground away with your hand and then roll that left foot behind you. So here we're going to go for a really nice deep shoulder and chest stretch. I'm going to stay here for a couple of breaths. And the more you roll, the deeper the stretch. those who sit at a desk all day, this is a really great stretch for your chest. Often we don't realize it, but as we sit for long hours, our chest muscles tends to compress and tighten over time, making it harder and harder for us to roll our shoulders back and regain a neutral posture. And we're gonna unroll. Nice. Now, we're gonna push ourselves up on our knees. We're gonna go for a little back bend. So we're gonna go into our camel pose. So support your lower back with your hands and then just do a little back bend here. If you can, reach for your feet. Otherwise, stay hovered here. Just make sure you're pushing your hips out and in front of you. Do not let your head drop. Keep your spine elevated. If you can, reach for your feet. Make sure to push your chest and your hips out. And then just hold for a couple of breaths. There's going to be a really tight compression on your lower back. And then to come out of it, support your lower back and then sit down onto your heels. And then we're going to come down into a child's pose. So bring your chest to the ground, bring your arms forward. And just lay here and breathe for a couple of minutes. And we're going to slowly wrap up here. So from this child's pose, this relaxed child's pose, we're going to take a deep breath in and we're going to push the ground away into our active child's pose. So we lift our forearms from the ground. And on our exhale, we're going to walk our hands to the left side. We keep our hips parallel to the floor. And then exhale, we relax down, stretching those laterals. Take 2 breaths here. Take another inhale, push the ground away with your palms. Really push so that you can open up those shoulder blades. And then exhale, we're going to walk our hands to the right side. Go as far as you can without lifting your hips. Take an inhale, push the ground away, and then exhale, relax down. From here, push up and inhale, and then come back to center. Stay in this active child's pose and then really exaggerate the movement so you're almost in a cat posture while in child's pose. And suck in that belly button, create some space in your body. And then slowly, with your belly button sucked in, we're going to unroll our spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Coming up to the top, unroll your shoulders, open up that chest, and we're going to come sitting on our bum. Keep your left leg folded under you, and then you're going to bring your right foot over your left, and we're going to go into our pretzel and our twists. So here your left leg is bent on the ground, and your right leg is bent over your left. And here you're going to take your left arm and you're going to hug your right leg really, really tight. Take an inhale, lift your arm up, and then exhale, twist and look behind you towards the right. Keep hugging that leg, keep that spine straight and elevated. Take a deep inhale and then exhale, release. Do a little counter twist. We're going to switch up the leg. So the right leg goes down on the ground. Left foot comes over. You're going to hug your left leg with your right arm really, really tight. And keeping your leg tight to your chest will help stretch out that spine a bit more. And then inhale up And exhale, twist, look back towards the left. One more deep breath here. And exhale. And from here, we're just going to scooch down on our mat. And we're going to do a little happy baby to release that lower spine. So from here, make sure you're lying down really nice and flat. You're comfortable. Bring in those knees to your chest. Come en petit bonhomme. You roll yourself side to side. And when you're ready, go ahead and reach for your feet. And then push your feet up towards the sky. Make sure your chest and knees are really tight together before opening up those legs in your happy baby. And go ahead and rock side to side. And with every inhale, make sure to fill those lungs. And with your exhale, you can pull down on your feet to really compress those hip flexors. And give them a chance to release and relax. And when you're ready, at your own pace, you can bring your feet down, reverse that posture. Extend your legs out into Shavasana. Let your hands fall to the sides, palm facing the sky. Continue to keep your focus on your breath. And stay here as long as you'd like. Or come out of it, whatever feels good for you. And when you're ready to come out of it, take a deep, deep stretch. Adjust those shoulder blades. Come up sitting. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you really enjoyed this 30-minute quick yoga session. It doesn't take very much and it feels so good afterwards. I hope to see you guys again at some point and have a wonderful, wonderful week.